My name is Jason Weinman. The More Cops tax has two parts, but I'm only going to talk about the sales tax because I'm, afraid of being critical of Metro in front of Sheriff Gillespie, and because I'm an economist, so I know a little more about it. Sales taxes, as one of the commissioners mentioned in questioning, sales taxes are regressive taxes, which means they're not indexed for income the way an income tax is. So they fall either on producers, distributors, manufacturers, and retailers, or on consumers. That's the first order effect. Since they're not indexed, the tax incidence falls, I'm sorry, economics is kind of a dismal science, and econometrics even more so. But tax incidence falls either based on elasticity of demand or profit margins. Prices go up because that's what the tax does. And those goods which don't have a high enough profit margin to allow people to produce those goods and profitably at that price will no longer be offered. And goods with high elasticity of demand that people have to buy at any price, things like food, paper goods, essentials that really come to the poor on a day-to-day basis, that tax incidence will fall almost entirely on consumers and almost immediately. Those goods that have a higher elasticity of demand and higher profit margins, things that luxury goods, optional goods, things that we don't really need, initially are going to fall mostly on the producer side, mostly on manufacturers and retailers. But those manufacturers and retailers are the people who are taking the hit on the consumption side as well. The people who work in retail stores, the people who work in the casino industry or the tourism industry, the people who sell handbags at Gucci, those are the people who have to pay the producer side of the tax burden. So if this tax is necessary, a sales tax is an extremely regressive way to fund it. It's almost a punitive tax on poverty. If you're poor, then you have to pay more. If you're not poor, then your life really won't be affected very much by this at all. So that's how sales taxes work. I also want to address a couple of things from Jeremy's presentation. In the field of econometrics, right, when you do modeling and things like that, you can use either a static model, like Jeremy did, which takes no account of the changes that your policy is going to have on human behavior, or you could use what's called a dynamic model. I'm just going to keep talking until I'm finished.
No, no, you're not just going to keep talking. I'm going to ask you to wrap it up in a few seconds, okay?
Well, I mean, he spoke for 45 minutes.
That's right. That's the proponent. He's representing the sheriff. You get 3 minutes like everybody else gets, and I'm trying to accommodate. There's a long line of people. I've got to ask you to follow the rules. So if you could wrap up, you've got 10 or 15 seconds.
All right. The only purpose of using a static model is to ignore human action. In fact, raising a sales tax will have a real effect on people's economic behavior. They're not going to buy as many things.
Okay. With that, I appreciate your comments. Thank you very much for being here today.
I mean,
thank you very much for your comments. We appreciate it. Next.